Welcome. Welcome to our one of our awesome employer spotlights. I'm Laura Torres with Blue Star Careers, and today we're going live, bringing a full house of the Intuit team for this live career discussion where we're going to share with you all about how to become a TurboTax Assistant Associate or QuickBooks Live Bookkeeper. Since Intuit gives military families actually career options to thrive in a rewarding, flexible, and remote career, but also, did I say portable? Well, let's just make sure that we also bring all of those great questions to you. So please tell me where you're watching. Where are you actually watching, supporting us? We'd love to be able to send you a shout out. But if you have questions throughout the course of this employer spotlight, please put them on the comments. We'll bring them up towards the end so that we have our recruiting team who is here with us today. Like I said, we have full house. We have three members from the recruiting team who will be here showing you all about how to become a great employee with TurboTax. So without further ado, let's get started. And please post your questions. Tell us how we may make your career journey opportunities more rewarding. Thank you. Well, awesome. Great. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Laura Torres with Blue Star Careers once again, and we're here today with a great Intuit team who is going to talk to us all about rewarding career opportunities and how you all across the 50 US states can have and earn really great living, but also have a portable career. So without further ado, let me bring in and introduce yourself. Cindy Rodriguez, who is a TurboTax Live Manager and also a military spouse. So we're so excited to meet her. Santiago Barrientos, who is a recruiter, TurboTax Live, but it's also a bilingual recruiter. And we have some really sneak peek for you guys towards the end of this segment. And then, of course, we have Laura Lowell, who is a senior recruiter of QuickBooks Live as well. So without further ado, I'm going to bring the team and have them also just share a little bit about themselves, why they love working at TurboTax, and just in general. Welcome to this segment. Thank you. We'll start with Cindy. Welcome, Cindy.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Absolutely, and thank you. And can you tell us one fun fact about you and Intuit?
A great fact about me is that I started here. I actually started on campus. So I didn't start remote. I work in Tucson and I spent a year on campus and then I went remote.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, welcome, and thank you for supporting this Employer Spotlight segment. And then we're going to go to Santiago. Santiago, welcome.
Thank you so much, Laura. Yes, so my name is Santiago Barrientos, recruiter here with the TurboTax Live team. I've been here for about 5 seasons or so, so deal with all things TurboTax Live, including any of the specialty roles as well.
Awesome. 5 seasons. That's a long time, Santiago. A rewarding career right there in with Intuit. Thank you. And then Laura, as we will say it in Spanish, Laura Tocaya, Laura Lowell, a senior recruiter. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm calling in today from Dallas, Texas, and also work out of our Plano office. And a fun fact about myself is that, in addition to being a recruiter, I am our We Care Give Back chair for our Plano office. So I help our employees engage in giving back to the community in different events and opportunities.
Perfecto. Thank you so much, team. And then, yeah, let's dive in because I'm very excited. You guys are one of my favorite teams, of course, to always collaborate and invite, whether it's fall season, post tax season, throughout the whole year. It's you guys are such a great employer, and you get such a good rating when it comes to employment opportunities. Overall, employees seem to be absolutely happy and content working, whether it's seasonal or full time year round. And I really love collaborating with you guys. So, can you please tell us all about how to work with how to get hired as tax experts or bookkeeper at Intuit? So, once again, of course, our team, but let's dive in straightforward into what benefits and positions are available. Who's going to take on that?
That would be me. So absolutely want to share a little bit about the benefits and why you want to come work here. So Fortune magazine has ranked us number 14 on the 100 best companies to work for in the US. Forbes lists Intuit as America's best employers for diversity. And then we've also been listed by Glassdoor's best places to work, employees' choice. So we've been recognized as a company who really cares about our customers, our employees, and our community. All right, so here is a little bit more about our benefits. So, first and foremost, all of our roles, you will get to work remotely from your home or home office. These are fully remote jobs as long as you're within the United States. And this is obviously a great perk for our military families. And you'll also be able to select a schedule that works for you with our scheduling model. So, this really is an opportunity where you can earn extra income while setting your own hours. And then on this slide, you can definitely see some of the benefits that are offered, whether you're in the TurboTax Live role or the QuickBooks Live role. They're slightly different because one is a seasonal role and the other is a year-round role. But great benefits. I will call out really quickly our 401k. Intuit gives you $1.25 for every dollar that you put in. And you're vested on day one, getting to keep that match.
Awesome. Those are great benefits. Thank you.
Very cool.
So I think Santiago is going to talk a little bit more about our TurboTax Live role.
Thank you, Laura. So yes, now here are our TurboTax roles that are available, given your experience level in the tax prep market today. So right now, we are currently hiring for both the tax associate role as well as the credentialed tax expert role. Now, our tax associates do have a minimum of 2 of more seasons of paid tax prep experience, preparing a minimum of 30 or more returns during each season. As well as another requirement for the role is to have an active prepared tax identification number, or PTIN. Now, like our tax associate role, our tax expert role will also require that minimum of 2 years or more seasons of paid tax preparation experience. Once again, doing a minimum of 30 or more returns each season and the active PTIN. But our tax experts must also be a licensed and active CPA, enrolled agent, or practicing attorney with a valid license. These are going to be seasonal roles, and these are going to be pretty much the bulk of our tax roles here with TurboTax Live. So I will pass it back to Laura when it comes to the QuickBooks Live roles.
Super. So in our bookkeeper position, you can work anytime during the week, Monday through Friday. We do not offer weekend shifts. We do require a minimum of 20 hours, but you can work up to 40 hours each week. So this is a year-round role. You will have a fixed schedule. Again, you can select hours between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Now, we do have 3 requirements to be considered qualified for this position. We do require that you have a minimum of 1 year of prior experience working with QuickBooks Online, which is different than the desktop version. So we are looking for online experience. You will also have to get a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor certification. As well as have at least 3 years of experience managing books for small business. Now, some big bonuses on top of those requirements, which are great to have but not required, would be a bachelor's degree in accounting, an active CPA or CPB, and then, of course, bilingual in Spanish. So we are hiring. If you're interested in this role, don't forget to scan those QR codes.
Those are great benefits. And I'm going to stop sharing right here because I want to ask and get a little bit more of Cindy's experience, since this is intended for our military spouse community, of course, with every one of Blue Star Career members. But Cindy, you as a military spouse, you mentioned. Can you tell us a little more and expand on your military connection? What branch of services are you, and how long have you been part of our military community?
So my husband is a Marine, and he was also a CB reservist. And currently, my daughter is serving in the Army National Guard. So, as a Marine spouse, if your spouse is also in the military, why this is a great career, because as you know, it's difficult if your spouse is gets new orders, you have to move, and now what do you do for a job? You have to go, you have to apply for a new job, you have to start looking around, you may be in a remote area, there may be something that doesn't align with what you already do. It may be difficult for you to make great connections. What's great about this job is that we provide equipment for you, and you take that equipment with you. You get a hardwired connection to where you go to your next service station. And once you get that hardwired connection, you let the military go pick up all of your personal belongings. And I know that's really hard to do because they pack every single shoe and 8,000 pieces of paper for you and put it in boxes. And it's difficult because you have to, it's really difficult to let that process go. But you get that security to be able to have that job waiting for you when you get to that next duty station. And you have the support of your manager, your team, and your customers and clientele that are with you along the way. Uh, we have built-in training for you that continue to grow your career, and that potential is unlimited here at Intuit.
I love that. Thank you so much. I mean, and as a military spouse yourself, I mean, you're living the experience, the Intuit experience as well. So I love that you're able to get the setup, the tools that you need. And as you laugh when you were describing, they pack your things, but you get to pack your own equipment, and you get that equipment so that it can travel with you. And there's very little time of work interruption. So I love that. Thank you so much for describing that. Now, but I do want to, of course, pick on you as your own personal military experience. And if you can describe or share with us any tips, tricks that can be perfect, that can be shared with our military spouses who are looking to start their career with Intuit. Any tips that would really make us great candidates?
So both Laura and Santiago shared that there's some experience that you need in the background, but there's different ways that you can get that experience. You can go onto the military base, and you can work on the military base on a volunteer basis, and you can start on that volunteer basis learning tax returns. You can go on the VITA program, and you can start with tax returns there. You can start with tax returns with some of your friends. Once you get that P10, and the P10 is a very inexpensive item, you don't have to be credentialed, and you can start working with your friends and family members. Maybe you have kids that have entered the workforce, and you can start helping your kids, fresh college kids, and you can start helping them learn and grow in their financial world. And once you start that, you're really expanding your boundaries and your horizons, and you're getting that experience that you need that can help bring you in to the paid experience that Laura and Santiago need to get you into the program.
Awesome. That is a great way for you to that you just describe how we can get our experience. And I did have a couple of questions right there in our Spouse First community, which is not showing here in our chat, but I'll make sure, Itzel, that I bring your question and ask to the team a little bit towards the end. So thank you so much for posting that and for sharing that. Now, I need to know also, let's say I do want to jump in here and we have some more opportunities to talk about, because in our military spouse community, we love training, and we just love getting to know ways that we can stay competitive. So can you tell us a little bit more about your training options? Because I know you guys have the Intuit Academy, which we're all super fond of that since it opened up. Tell us about a little bit more about that.
Yes. So, what trainings and certifications are offered to help you gain the experience that you need for our roles? So, we have an um, Intuit Academy program. Now, we're going to be offering some free tax and bookkeeping courses through the Intuit Academy if you need more experience. So, Intuit Academy is going to be your one stop shop for all things related to learning and growing your tax and bookkeeping career with Intuit. Now, whether you're new to the industry or just need a refresher, it's going to be designed with a community first approach where we offer free courses and exams. We currently offer tax level one, tax level two, which is going to be on the business tax side, as well as a couple of specialty roles like a cryptocurrency and equity compensation role course. Sorry. We have a bookkeeping course as well as a brand new tax simulation where you can actually prepare federal returns using scenarios and tax forms. So the platform is going to be highly interactive, where you can navigate how you want to learn and at what pace. Now, apart from being free, what are the key incentives that the Intuit Academy offers? Well, first of all, you're not going to need any prior experience to take this course. And as you know, in today's job market, sometimes not having enough experience can be a tough hurdle with that. Now, the Intuit Academy is going to serve as a great starting point for you to get comfortable with the accounting industry in general so that you can learn it at your own pace and take the exam on a schedule that works for you. Now, second of all, if you already have prior tax experience, you can actually skip the course and go straight to the exam to showcase that knowledge. Either way, once you take and pass the exam, you will earn your Intuit Academy badge, which will help you stand out for jobs at Intuit. Now, I'll pass it back to Laura for the bookkeeping pathway.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all of that, Santiago. That's a very exciting opportunities. I know our community loves to learn. And then when it comes to free learning, then definitely that's for us as well.
Absolutely. So for that QuickBooks role, the requirement is that you have a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor certification. So that is available within our QuickBooks Accountants online page. It's free to all accounting pros. You can set up a free account and you can get that certification in about 8 to 10 hours. You can do it on your own time. You don't have to do it all in one sitting. But once you get that certification, you're really going to stand out for that QuickBooks Live opportunity.
Excellent. Thank you. And with that, I just want to make sure that if you have any questions for anyone out there watching, I know we have some members in the Spouse First Richer community, which I'm going to, in a little bit, send a shout out to you as well as on LinkedIn. Please post any questions right now that you have. We'll bring them up to the team. But I also want to share the links here with you so that they're visible. But they will be in the comments. So we'll make sure to follow up in the comments and you have these links accessible, as well as I'm going to post this in our virtual community in the neighborhood. So if you can go to our library, Intuit, we'll have a tab in there. We'll have all the preview of this webinar so you can replay, but also you have all the links and all the content that was discussed here today for all of you to who are looking to start a new career, and most importantly, make it portable and then be able to take it with you no matter where you go. So I did have a question here from Itzel, who said, if you don't have experience in tax preparation but have experience in auditing, her degree is work experience in another country, so could she apply for tax preparation or bookkeeper, or is it better to earn the Intuit courses before? Who's going to take that question?
I could take that question.
Perfect.
So I would definitely encourage the person that asked this question to go through the Intuit Academy, obtain that tax level one badge, and go through that simulation pathway. I think that's definitely a really good way to kind of get started. Now, of course, if there's like any specific pathway that she would be looking for as far as bookkeeping, then of course maybe the bookkeeping course or the QB Pro Advisor certification might be a better pathway for that. I think it just depends on which one she might be looking for.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, I think so. Itzel, to just recap on your question, I think testing out the content in the academy, I think will be such a great way for you to get started and start learning, so that you learn the just the overall process of what it's like to do taxation and tax preparation here. Even though with your experience and your degree, I think it will still complement some really great ways for you to join and get and get going that experience. And I do have a couple of other questions here. I'm going to send this one and see if we can all read it together. It says, I have a bachelor's degree in accounting and certification in professional bookkeeping, but no actual tax experience other than friends and family. What would be the best option here for her?
So I'll jump in on that one. I think the QuickBooks Live opportunity would be a really good fit for you. No tax experience is required for that role. So that would be, as long as you go get that QuickBooks Online certification, that could be a great place to start.
Fantastic. And then this one, I love this question because I want you to tell us, how much do you charge for the course?
Zero.
It's free, 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 no cost, no cost. Berenice says so. And then again, one follow-up question from her: if you have no experience at all, can you attend this program? So
Yes,
yes,
absolutely.
Most
That's
certainly
what
can.
they're designed for.
yeah, absolutely. They're designed for you to learn so that you can explore the opportunity, and then, of course, at some point, join the experience. Can I apply it if I work only from 2023 to April 23, or working again with Working Solutions contractor? So can you work only just one tax season? Bottom line, I think that's what this question might be a little more.
Yeah, that's a little confusing. It sounds like she's working as a contractor. I mean,
Correct.
you can absolutely work one season with us. Many of our tax experts decide to come back season over season because they love it. And we want that and need that. But if you're a contractor, that would be a different scenario. I think you'd have to apply directly with Intuit, to work. That's a contracting families are separate than actually working for Intuit. So we would need you to apply with that QR code.
Yeah,
Got
I
it.
would encourage them to apply and just have a
Yes,
conversation a little bit more in depth, so that way you
the
can
recruiter.
understand the situation. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I do have one other question here from our virtual community spouse first. So from Donna, it says, any entry level bookkeeping roles or training path? So I think, yes, Donna, the Intuit Academy and then Quick Live, but I'll let Laura expand more on that. I think you just recap a little bit about bookkeeping roles.
Yes, yeah. There is a bookkeeping course that you can take, which will help you get some experience. The QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor certification, again, that's also free. So those two courses would be a great, would be the starting point to get on board for those roles. We do have roles that require a minimum of a year experience.
Got it. Okay. So again, just applied. Let's have that conversation. Go to the academy and test yourself to see also if that content and earn the certifications there. I mean, they're free. You got absolutely no time, nothing to lose, but a bunch of learning to gain. And I do want to just real quickly as we get ready to wrap up, continue to post your questions. I'll come back and answer those for you. But I do want to send a shout out to Hannah all the way in Galveston. Seems like Texas is very popular today with Kieran as well. And then, of course, we'll have all the way in Virginia, Angela. Thank you so much for watching, as well as we have Dallas again, Texas. I swear, Texas is very popular today. Then, of course, we also have Washington. Thank you so much for watching. And please pay it forward. Remember, if this is not for you, it also could be very, very much appreciated for you to share it with all our military spouses, and everyone can benefit. This is very part time, very full time, but also very portable. So the opportunities are there depending on what you try to make it and what you make out of them. So before we go, I'm going to ask Santiago any last minute comments or call to action.
Yeah. So, I mean, just as a reminder, I would say, for these roles, it's just a minimum of 20 hours a week for the TurboTax Live roles. Definitely would encourage you all to scan that QR code and apply. That way you can have a conversation with your recruiter and then just kind of go through that hiring process as well. And, if it's maybe, discuss some of the roles and if there's some sort of alternative, maybe discuss what that pathway would look like as well.
Awesome, thank you. And then with Laura, any also tips or call to action for QuickBooks or any additional just comments from you?
Yeah, sure. I saw one question there asking about being a U.S. citizen. So, our roles for TurboTax are offered in Canada as well as the United States. However, QuickBooks is currently only in the United States right now.
Got it.
So,
Thank you
hopefully
so
that
much for
answers
that.
that one.
All right. And Cindy, any tips and tricks or last minute comments for our military spouse community from a military spouse that will help us all go rush to the application process, but also learn more about Intuit?
Intuit is the most supportive company there is. I've worked for 3 Fortune 500 companies, and I cannot tell you how employee centric this company actually is. Everybody's asking how much this training costs, and when Laura says zero, it's because they truly do provide growth opportunities. And if anybody is hesitant about what they're getting involved in, when Santiago says that minimum time of 20 hours, when he says 20 hours minimum, you have the opportunity to build the schedule around your time. Once you're hired, on the TurboTax side, during season, it is from 5 a.m. Pacific to 9 p.m. Pacific. So you can build that time to fit your need from when you take the kids to school, put them to bed, and you can work that minimum of 20 hours. And if you decide you really like it, you can actually build more time on. So you're not fit to only take 20 hours. If there's the opportunity to take more, you can build more hours on top of that. You're not limited to 20. There's an opportunity to take more hours. And you also have the opportunity to take time off because it is seasonal. You may have the opportunity to extend. So there's lots of opportunities. There's opportunities to grow. There's opportunities to take time off. There's opportunities to get like that stock option, your 401k. So you have that in your back pocket, not just your spouse's TSP. So many opportunities. Really come on board and look forward to working with everybody here.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all of that, Cindy. That's a great way to wrap up this segment and to really do our call to action to all of you who are watching, whether it's this tax season or the next one or throughout the year as a bookkeeper, um, live supportive member of the Intuit team, you have multiple options here. And then, those of you also who love maybe tech or have other alternatives to continue to grow your opportunities. I mean, Intuit has a ton of other options, but the key is, of course, it's in the follow up, to getting in and making sure that you are thriving and learning more about the product itself. And that starts all by going also through the academy and learning and taking the course. And then, of course, that proceeding to your final application. So, with that all being said, time is money here in the Intuit team. And I want to make sure that they all go and start recruiting and filing out all those applications. Thank you so much for watching. Please post your comments. We'll make sure that we support you again afterwards and continue to do the follow up. Anything that you need will be all posted and preview in our Blue Star Careers community in their neighborhood. So thank you so much for watching and supporting. We'll look forward to your employment opportunities and hearing an update to see where you land your next opportunity with Intuit. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Laura.
you. Oh, shoot.